Welcome back, baddies, to another episode of Sewing Samples. Today, as promised, I'm gonna teach you how to sew knife pleats. Make your first pattern piece 18 centimeters long and 9 centimeters tall, then add 1 centimeter sewing allowance. Remember to name your pattern piece and add your grain line, which is the direction that the pattern piece should be lying against the selvage of the fabric. Then you mark up 3 centimeters for each pleat. Your second pattern piece should be 3 times as long, so 18 times 3 is 54 in the length. Remember to add your sewing allowance, and then at every 3 centimeters you want to mark a notch at the top and the bottom, all the way to the end. If you want to make sure that you've calculated this correctly, you fold your pleats on the pattern like this. So the first and the third mark, pinch them together like that and fold it over. That's going to be your first pleat. Your second pleat, again, first and the third, fold over. Again, first and the third, keep that one in the middle and fold it over like that. Once you've done that, line it up against your first pattern piece, and as you can see, all of these notches should then match. Iron your chosen textile. I'm just using more scrap toile for this. If you folded your pattern piece to double check the notches, just make sure that you lay it down nice and flat. Cut your notches at about 0.5 centimeters. Remember to mark the front and back side of your textile. Now fold your pleats exactly how I showed you earlier. So first mark, second mark, that one is in the middle, and then you line those two up. Then what I like to do is just add a little pin to hold it down. Do that all the way to the end. Now that it looks like this, let's go press it. When you press your pleats, like I said, you want to also make sure that the notches match at the bottom. Press that all the way down and repeat. As always, remember to note down your sewing machine settings in case you want to change anything along the way. To secure the pleats in place, I'm going to sew at 0.5 centimeters. This isn't necessary, but sometimes it looks nicer to add a little top stitch to each pleat, just a few centimeters down from the top. To sew the two together, line your right sides together at the notches and pin in place. Sew at 1 centimeter. Press your seam open, and there you have your knife pleats. As a general rule, you need 3 times the amount of length for your pleats, and remember to hem your edges before you start pleating.